Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to Jahaneman. And today is Monday, the day of your favorite show, my dear teachers and educators. The name of the show is MMT, as you all know, Motivate Million Teachers. And this is the mission of Jahaneman, and that's why we all assemble here on every Monday to motivate the teachers. We try to bring happiness in their lives, especially during pandemic. We all see that the teachers are how demotivated. All the sectors of the life is open except education. I don't know what is the philosophy behind this, what the government thinks. We are not here to comment on the government, but we try to understand that what exactly is the reason why millions of teachers are jobless, why millions of teachers are under stress, why millions of teachers are unable to cope up online classes, why millions of teachers are struggling and spending hours and hours on a screen. And I know there are certain teachers whose eyesight have become weak and so forth and so forth. There are so many issues. So we have today a very renowned speaker, a very great educationist. We have Colonel Shiv Chaudhary ji with us, who is going to speak on the topic that during pandemic, how to motivate the teachers. So Colonel Shiv Chaudhary ji, welcome to the show.
Thank you, ma'am.
How are you?
All good. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So thank you very much for gracing this show. And now I request you to kindly start your talk.
Good evening, everyone. Firstly, I must compliment, appreciate Dr. Helman's passion. I see her doing such a splendid job day in, day out. When I get up in the morning, I already see her doing such a job. When I sleep, I just read 5 hours back, 3 hours back, she had a session. But it's excellent to do something for the society, for the people who cannot afford much of education. It's a wonderful job. Second is, I don't know how this I can motivate millions of teachers. If I can motivate one, I'll be happy. I'll only try to say, tell people, share with people what I have been seeing from last March last year. How the teachers community as such has been doing, what have been their challenges, how they are coping out, and a lot needs to be done. Where actually they need support, where actually they have done a splendid job, and where they probably would do far better job in future. So firstly, I'm elated on this thought, giving me an opportunity to stay on this such a subject. But on the outside, I must say that pandemic or no pandemic, all teachers have been doing the wonderful job. They have been motivating the learners, students, and millions of other people. Yes, this project will also add to my knowledge, no doubt about it. I'm also fully conscious of the challenge while interacting with the teacher, because even a bigger challenge when you are talking about motivation with the motivators. I wonder if I can really, I'm in a capacity or I'm in a position to talk much about motivation when I'm talking to the teacher, because they are the people who are actually motivating the generations. So my challenge remains twofold. First, to say that most of you have done wonderful job, continue. There's no reason for you to feel low. There's no reason. So I have to see why are you feeling so low, because of pandemic, online, and other deficiency or gaps in education. Secondly, my effort will be, or my challenge will be, try and talk something worthwhile to such an educated lot like you are. So the question comes, why the need of such a talk today? Had there been no pandemic, why the morale of the teacher, the motivation level of the teacher could have been very high, could have been constant, or could have been worse what we are seeing today. So where is the reason, what is the need for such a talk to be delivered to highly educated class? With this background and the given audience, I would just talk in few phases. I will talk a bit about competitive era. I will talk about big challenge of 2020. What is the need for the subject? what is the challenge for virtual learning, virtual teaching, and then finally, my major portion will be say something to keep you alive, keep you cheerful, to in fact motivate you to continue your effort, to stand tall from the position you are standing today. That will be the crux of the whole talk. Now, question is, we are in a competitive era, or we can say we are in a cutthroat era. This is the position where teachers are positioned today. Again, I come back to what I always usually say. This is the pressure from parents, very highly surging expectation from society, parents, student, the culture of 10 plus CGPA, commanding parents, very, very demanding students, era of technology, and the most importantly, attached cost, which is making everybody's life miserable. And this is more so to the teachers. With the evolution of internet, the technical tools, aids, there comes the challenge like economic and social pressure, family life, uncertainty of job, inquisitive minds, disruptive behavior, indiscipline, question of doing very well in the exam. Ultimately, in India or in Indian context, what counts final results? But let me also make a mention that your marks, whatever marks percentage you will be getting, this would only count till you get the first job. For all those who are doing a job, who will be looking for a job or a naukri so-called, these marks will only count till the time they get first job. Once they are in the first job for say 2 years or so, what will count in life is their communication skill, their adaptability, their sense of belonging to the company they're working for, the organization they're working for, how much open they are, how much socially acceptable they are, and how educated they remain, how do they enhance their knowledge of the job which they will be doing. This is very, very important. Now, the second is the new normal of COVID-19. Online teaching and learning challenging due to changes. All such changes have warranted motivation. All this actually tests the knowledge and the patience of the teacher more so because ultimately teachers have to play a role of surrogate moms also in most of the cases to deal with emotional feeling, personal problem, family problem, and the low morale of the students as well as the parents. So let me tell you, you do so much, you sacrifice so much. Unfortunately, this remains the benchmark. And benchmark is, like I said, what is the end result? Does the child top in the class? Where does the school stand? Where do the position of the teacher stand? What is the average result of the school? So so that means you continue to be under the lens eye from all angles, irrespective of the technology, irrespective of the support you get. Your role keeps increasing, keeps becoming challenging day by day. So you cannot blame anybody because we are living in the era of toppers. We have chosen this very novel profession. You are teacher by choice. So there's no place for you to hide. So what you can do probably, you can look at yourself, you can look at the entire gamut of teaching and then look at yourself where you stand. This is where exactly this is where the struggle stand for professional obligation, survival on one side, as well as the low motivation, low morale of the teachers on the other side. I'm very candid in admitting that I do not possess any magic key. I do not possess any steroid or a quick fix glue stick. Whatever I want to talk, I will be talking only on based on my experience, based on my learning, and based on my interaction with at least, I would say, safely about thousands of teachers in the last 18 months or so. So there is a role for everybody to play, like there's a role for teachers, students. So this remained another challenge for all the people. Okay. Now people at large and parents in particular, they always look at the teacher. They always look at the teacher more so for the good performance as well as the low performance of their wards. They do not look much at their what, how have they done. They do not look at much of their role as to what they have done, how they performed, how were they dealing, interacting with the school, what all sacrifices they were making. In the This leads to the teacher's life becoming miserable. No, this entire gamut of expectation, uncertainty of job during pandemic, salary issue directly affecting the morale of teachers and their family everywhere. But why this has happened? This has happened because of pandemic, repeated lockdown world over, closure of schools, uh, then parents refusal to pay for anything being done.
I'm sorry, sir. Please unmute yourself.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now it's audible.
How much you missed me?
Only 30 seconds.
Okay, all right, all right. No, but what has led us all to this situation? This is because of the pandemic coming all over the world, threatening people, threatening life, compelling people to close their schools, government asking for repeated lockdowns. Then the question was, everything got closed. But teacher, due to the passion, looking at the student, looking at the bright career ahead of the people uh, who believe in themselves, who were their ward, who were in their school, they 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 had double challenge. On one side, school were closed. That means now there's a capping on their day-to-day or monthly salary. On the other side, there was a demand that they must continue to be interacting with the student. Now, some school could afford for say 2 months, 3 months, some percentage of salary, or full or half, while other could not right from the day one. The people of the school who could afford for a few months, they also stopped. And the parents stopped paying anything toward tuition fee. In fact, they thought the virtual teaching, online teaching is just free of cost. Since their boards are sitting at home, so they don't need to pay anything. This led to the dryness of the fund at every school public management level. Thereby, the teacher became the millions of teachers in the world over became jobless. No, bitter truth is that who got the biggest hit? The biggest hit was felt by the private school teachers, the private school, the unaided schools. The government school teachers continue to get their salary regularly, either to four, but the issue or the challenge became a big one for the unaided or the private school. There are about 8 crore students who are studying in India in private school. This is where teachers' role come to know to realize this reality. This is whether temporary or permanent, but this is, as things stand today, probably what we are seeing a temporary method of teaching going to be a reality, hard reality in future. Thus, there's a need for teacher to realign themselves, to retract, relearn, steer your energy, steer your thought process. If you have immense potential, you have invaluable role to play. Just look within, awaken yourself, shake yourself, and put yourself on the track as per the requirement. Now, the reality is, what is the big change? The big change was with your profession was that on one side, society already expected you that you continue to play the same role. On the other side, you have your own compulsion. There are numerous challenges like non-validity of the IT, constant power source, non-validity of the instrument with the parents. If there are two children studying and two parents, one goes on job, one doesn't go on job, but instrument remains one in the house. Though, but the happier side has been the teacher have displayed tremendous amount of resilience to face such challenges, and they have somehow played a greater role to a large extent to benefit their wards. So they learn the art of being competitive, IT savvy, they were quick to adapt. They were quick to connect with the people, enlarge their group, make some sort of group and impart education. But just imagine 1.26 billion students across 191 countries were impacted by the lockdowns. In India, we have over 320 million students affected due to closure of school. We have about 900 odd universities, 41,000 colleges. And like I said, in private school, only about 8 crore students. They all got impacted. As I said earlier, there are 44 lakh unaided private schools. Their position, their source of income, their source of continuing with the teacher's job and continue to pay them became the worst. There were no job security, there were no monthly paycheck, there were no guarantee what is likely to happen in future. Will they get a job? Will they not get a job? This also adds to the tremendous amount of anxiety and uncertainty plus tension, pressure for the private school teachers. The crux of everything impacting the community lies here today. This is the crux, in nutshell, this is the crux why this problem and as well the need for this talk or any talk similar to it rose. No challenge, we all must agree that it is a world issue. It is not an issue particular to a country or society or a school. If we are unwilling to accept the change, we are living fool's paradise. That means we must not be unwilling. We must agree that, and we all are in the same boat, whether somebody is here or somebody in Delhi or somebody in Kolkata or in any other country. Job cuts sadly became a reality. Unwanted browsing became a routine. Family, home distraction, connectivity, common anxiety have been a big issues. Constant distraction within the house, inadequate digital facilities, like I said, devices, tools, isolation, unending financial grips. But people did not realize that probably one could manage, one could live on happily with just 50% of the income. What was one getting? If one were getting, say, about 10 lakh a year, one could easily manage 4 to 5 lakh. Money, in fact, proved to be fertile during the pandemic. No amount of money could help anybody who was ailing. Okay. Then teachers have to play different roles also. They have to be counselor, sometimes they have to be advisor, sometimes they have to be doing only teaching jobs, sometimes they have to act like any family member, irrespective of your relationship distance. So, but another challenge was that there were no personal touch. You do anything, you devise any amount of technology, method, you use any source which is available in the world. But personal touch is missing. There's no close cooperation between the student and the teacher. There's no collaboration. Everybody is confined to the digital instrument like mobile or laptop, but people are self-confined in isolation and people tremendously suffer from mental sickness. No, but can we appreciate what all the teachers did? They did so much despite total confusion from many of the school management. If I'm permitted to say that, there were utter confusion, rather there were utter silence on behalf of the government to issue any clarification regarding fee, running of schools, and more so regarding fee, whether to parent will pay the half fee, full fee or no fee. In the bargain, for 1.5 years, the majority of the parents refused to pay. This said, since our wards are not going, will not pay. Also, it led to numerous cases going to the various courts, and courts also did not really deliver any correct judgment. In fact, the judgment varied from state to state. So, for God's sake, no teacher should underestimate or underrate what they have done so far. One must salute your spirit, your initiative, and your outstanding performance, outstanding job which you have been doing from March last year. Right from first lockdown, you were up, you were there. People who were looking for, who had knowledge about teaching, who had knowledge about the Herculean job of a teacher, they could listen, they could see you. In fact, if there was a choice, probably you would have also been included in the frontline worker for vaccination. But incidentally, with the countryside size of ours, like 1.3 or 4 billion people, and like I said, almost 28 crore, not 28 crore, 8 crore children in private school only, it was not feasible. It was not feasible. Government also came to the rescue of the student later. They opened e-library, they activated certain channels. They also took a clue from teacher effort. Later, they asked the 100 top university to go online. They also started something like Mano Darpan, where a new online initiative was provided. They also started providing online counseling. But all this was linked to one important issue, that was funding. The funding never came. But the noble teacher continued to do so in their humble capacity, whatever they could do. No, ladies and gentlemen, this is the background. These are challenge. This is what has happened in 2020. And this is what has led to your low morale or anxiety, stress, pressure. But question is, how do you get out of it? What do you do? What do you need to do now to get this out of your mind? Either this lockdown system, Corona or COVID-19 gets over in 1 year, 2 year, which seems to be unlikely. Assuming that this continues, you can't be living with the idea, probably with like what you are living in now. You got to raise your morale, you got to look up, you got to stand up. So, ladies and gentlemen, I must say what matters in life is who you are, how you live, how you remain, how you interact in all the difficult situations in the face of the adversity. And what do you do? That means you got to maintain and live by your name, fame, respect, professionalism, as well as the character, which is expected out of a teacher. Now, there would always be difference with different capabilities, capacity, and knowledge. But aim of all the teachers remain one. That is how to teach students the best way, despite all odds. So that means you have a choice today. Either you love your teaching. If you love your teaching, keep clinging to it. If you can't, then best choice is to leave. But this is not the right time to leave and switch to profession because there are no jobs. So my suggestion, my recommendation will be that do not give up when you have so much to give to society, when you have so much to share and give to the student. So continue while you also learn. Do not dismiss your dreams without making an effort. Few correction, direction can be changed, can be made here. You can probably enter into a zone of right thinking. I'm sure you would all get the happiness and sanity within a short time. But there are few important things which you must know, you must understand, you must follow. Number one, you must realize that life is not a race, but a journey to be savored at each step. So your journey of life has not come to an end. Just keep savoring it, keep enjoying it. Keep changing, keep adapting yourself. This life is also not something like sprint. It's a process. So your professional life becomes a bigger process, which needs step-by-step action, direction, as well as the changes. Thus, as a teacher, as parent, mom, friends, you should never regret what has happened, what has gone wrong. Try to rectify it. Do not waste time on what should be done or what should not be done or what should have happened. That is the past now. You cannot change the past, but you can certainly improve your future. So forget what has happened. Don't look at yesterday. Look for tomorrow. Do not ever see things bigger than they actually are. Whenever somebody under pressure, fear, and element of uncertainty, people start imagining their small, very minor trouble in a big way. Whereas the trouble may be very minor, trouble may be even pass by. You start making a lot of effort which go waste later. Look at your goals, reset your goal, reset your direction, and please plan your pace to achieve those goals. The next thing which comes to my mind is be realistic. Be as realistic as possible. Don't be a gambler. Don't play like gamblers that, okay, I will not do this. I'll leave to the student, or I'll not cover the house of syllabus. I'll take a chance. Secondly, I'll not try for a new job. Somebody may drop in an offer letter. Life doesn't treat you that way. Things do not happen that way. So also stop living on intuitions and assumptions. You want to achieve something, you want to do something, you want to make yourself happy, start taking steps. Stop. Next, please appreciate whatever you have done so far. Whatever is happening, try to understand the correct perspective and also see that this is happening with everybody. You are not left alone in this world. Must remain present in the present situation only. Don't don't be a daydreamer. Okay. Whatever you can control in the given pandemic situation, likely lockdowns may not happen. Uh, my sense is they're going to happen, but please control whatever you can control. Drive your life yourself. Do not let anybody drive you as well as your life. The command should always be in your hand. Do not look at your bank balance. The bank balance will bounce. Treat it as a temporary phase and try to live within the limited means if your means have been reduced to. There are a lot of people who are so anxious, who get so worried, they suffer from anxiety after watching TV channels. I would recommend strongly that select a channel, select a particular time, say 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes when you want to watch TV. It's pointless. It's only stressing yourself. It's only causing you unwanted worry when you start looking at each TV channel, because they are the one who are giving you figures of corona deaths, hospitalization recovery rate, and which impacts you adversely. Okay, stay away from all negative people. The people who say no job, I don't know what to do. My husband is sitting at home, or somebody say my wife is at home, she lost job. Today, tomorrow I may lose job. Try to. These are realities. They are reality to be appreciated, but try to not copy. Try to not open your ear too much to such people, such statements. Okay, have a positive support system, be with the family, have a good circle of friends, enlarge your network of constructive based people, have a good friend. After all, end of the day, you are an average of 5 good people. If they are no good, you are equally no good. If they are good, you will turn out to be very good. Remind yourself that you have been having countless blessings. Your body parts are intact. Your mind is working. There nobody is sick in the family. Nobody suffered from corona. There have been no drainage of funds with whatever you have on such issues. So count your blessing. Focus on your energy. Whatever energy you have, focus on that. Try to use that energy in a constructive way on better things. Use technology as much as you can. Try to learn new skill. Try to obtain some sort of new certificate which will add to your qualification, which adds to your value in the market today. Okay, but always keep in mind that new normal may become a reality. Okay, the next few things which you can do now to keep yourself cheer up: accept, adjust, modify, adapt yourself. Have belief that you can do. Say, I can do it. This will also pass up. This will also pass up. Look for solution. Don't look at the problem. Look for solutions. Never give an impression or never give a look of being helpless. A teacher, principal, educator, or a leader never gives an impression of being helpless. People look forward to it. Students, junior teachers, trainees, they all look forward to your faces. So don't make a face that you're looking helpless. Okay. Please remember, perhaps this is a reality that 20% of your problem are bringing 80% of unhappiness. It's slightly different than the Pareto principle 80-20. But here, what I'm saying, probably it may be a reality that 20% of your problem are adding to or bringing to 80% of your unhappiness. Textbooks are becoming obsolete. I wonder if people are missing textbook nowadays, except students. In fact, there's a plethora of books, e-books, videos available anywhere. Nobody looking at those CDs, other thing. Then but you also must understand that today probably many teachers are very apprehensive about what is going to happen tomorrow, whether I can use the technology or not, whether this technology will be worth it or not. Can I afford it? please remember, whatever is speculative today, this is going to be adopted tomorrow. You may speculate that this probably tomorrow I will have a lesson or somebody broadcasting the lesson from a central station in Delhi or say USA or Australia, maybe from Finland, but which I went best school on a wall while you are sleeping on your bed. It may become a reality. Tomorrow, probably when you are going to sleep, somebody may be conducting class and you're going to hear the sound in your ears. This may become a reality. So don't challenge that will remain speculative or this will remain a dream only. Digital learning are going to be affordable, going to be mandatory, unavoidable. The question will be how effective, how efficient, how educated, how much aware you are about these things. So more tool will be on offer very soon. In fact, the technology, hardware, software are changing at the fastest rate in the world. There is, understand that when we are switching over to the e-library, e-education, online learning, online teaching, there is less dropout among the students. So we must, as a teacher, you must be aware. That means there's a change taking place. That means if there's a virtual change taking place all over the country, it's time you change yourself. It's time you speed up your changing yourself. Declutter your mind. Don't have so many things in mind. Probably human brain can remember about 60 odd things, but 5 or 6 things. I'm no psychologist. I'm no neurosurgeon, but perhaps it is said that just at one time, 5 or 6 executable things one can remember. So do not overload your mind. If you're studying on the state table, declutter your table, declutter your cupboard, declutter your mind. If there's a say exam tomorrow of English, have only English related, your exam related, next day exam related material on your study paper, on your study table. Don't have so much. Don't have trash, so much of photocopies, duplicate, triplicate notes on your table. Be very clear, declutter your table. Do not seek, given the situation, given the experience of last 20 months or so, do not seek or do not expect so much of clarification from any government. Because situation is going to be like this only. There will always be some sort of hate prevailing, where if we put ourselves in the shoes of the government, probably will behave in the same manner. It's very difficult to predict the likely future or what is going to happen after 2 months, 3 months because of infection, because of the pandemic. So 2 things are very important. Don't seek so much of clarification. Don't expect so much of clarity on policies and issues. And secondly, don't spend so much of time on perfectionism. If anything you have to design, any lesson plan, any product for delivery to the student, as long as you are meeting about 80% of your requirement, 80% of the requirement of the needy audience student, you should be very happy. Don't waste much of time. Whatever you can delegate immediately. Up for delegation will depend on the level of training, the amount of risk one is able to take, and what are you ready to accept? Are you ready to accept 50%, say okay, 50% okay to the extent of 50%, 70%, 80%? And how much confidence you have in your junior staff or junior teacher? But for God's sake, practice ideas. It's being foolish to go to the grave with the idea. If you have any idea, put those ideas into use. Practice those ideas so that those ideas can be implemented and probably a large majority can benefit. Okay. Try to establish a tribe of your own, develop community, have more and more constructively useful friends. There's no point having 1,000 likes on your Facebook. There's no point having 20, 30 WhatsApp groups. Have 1 or 2, 3 groups, but have constructive people who can contribute to your growth, who can impart knowledge, who can make you rich as per the knowledge growth. Okay. Remember, always remember that you are no less than anybody. You can do anything. Ordinary people have achieved external results through life, and there are no dearth of examples. If I have to quote one example today where ordinary people, ordinary person achieved most extraordinary result, you can talk about Dr. Abdul Kalam, where he was, very rich. I mean, there are So many examples. Colonel Sander, who started KFC, after 60 he retires, he goes to almost near 1,000 people to get first order. He did not get. He got order when he made thousands attempt. He got the first order. Imagine where KFC stands today. Just don't worry about unwanted thing, like you sit in an aircraft and aircraft is on, the air crew announcing about the safety arrangements, safety actions. You start worrying whether the pilot has a license or not, whether the pilot is adequately trained or not to fly us safe. Those worry are not yours. Somebody would have taken care of it. That DGC or the airline management's work. But this should not bother you. This should not bug you. Be as much organized as possibly you could be. Could be your time plan, could be your daily routine, could be what you wear, what you eat, whatever you get out, what is your lesson plan. It could be anything, but be organized and be positive. Do not ever overestimate your likely problem. Problem may not be there, but you start over imagining them. You start imagining what will happen tomorrow. Today I fail. I'm appearing, but I'll not pass. I'm going for the exam, but I know I will fail. I'm just filling this application form for a job, but I know I will not get it. These are the very wrong, self-negating thoughts. Try to get rid of those thoughts, okay? Focus on yourself. Focus on yourself means something called me time. Focus on your health, your well-being, your Medicare, and control whatever you can control. Focus on your health, yoga, meditation, prayers, whatever you have connected with your personal me too. Reset your time plan. Whatever you have planned, look at the time. If you are given allocated, say 12 hours, probably it could be done in 6 hours with your knowledge and with a bit of positivity. If you have allocated 6 hours and you feel that technology is not driving it, you are unable to drive or take benefit of the available technology, it will going to take 8 hours instead of 6 hours. Plan 8 hours, no, add 2 hours. Modify your goal, modify your aim, I said, reward yourself. Whenever you've done a good job, pamper yourself. Probably you may go for a haircut, you may call your makeup man, makeup lady, but just pamper yourself. Always think like a adult. Think like a kid. Probably you will get ideas like adult. So have no tension. Okay. Now, do not wait for good times. Just feel that good times are here. Good times are here. Good time is today. There's nothing which is likely to come tomorrow. So whatever is available today, let's make the best time of it. Okay. Now, please remember, whenever you see a balloon, like I mentioned in one of the talks with you, balloon flying high, everybody appreciates. Oh yes, it's so high, multicolor balloon, it is at 10,000 feet or 5,000 feet hot air balloon. Balloon is an object. What you are, don't become, you should not become an object. You should just imagine what is inside it. Inside is helium gas. So, helium gas which is keeping the balloon flying at the given height. So try to imagine, try to look yourself within, try to imagine what potential you have, try to tap yourself, try to pat yourself so that you know what is inside you. Okay? Nothing can stop you, nothing can stop you. Coming back to the challenge have been there, challenge were even much before the pandemic came. Pandemics have only added to your challenges. And it has brought a new era of challenge, that is closure of education institutions, stoppage of the monthly salary, anxiety, probably loss of jobs of 2 people, 3 people, or all the entire family, crunch on resources. But remember, no amount of fund, no amount of resources, no amount of influence could save one life. There were people who were stinking rich. When they landed in hospital, they vanished. The people who could get anything on press a button or on one phone call, they became helpless. So as a teacher's community, as an individual teacher, you got to keep yourself cheerful. You have to keep yourself looking at the changing world, changing environment, and please remember that society has very high expectations from you, you being a leader. This is what I want to talk to you. In fact, this was my thought to share with you so that you don't find yourself alone. You don't find yourself aloof. Look at the new reality. Earlier you accept, earlier you adapt to it, the better would be the world for you. Thank you, Dr. Helma. If there are any questions, somebody can ask me.
Thank you very much, Colonel Shiv Chaudhary ji.
But I stuck to the 40 minutes.
Yeah, yes, it is exactly 40 minutes. Thank you very much. That was expected from you because you are very disciplined person, I know.
Right.
Yeah, so I welcome Amna here, Saima, Fatma ma'am, Bilal, and Reva. So may I request you people if you have any questions? I have a question before they start. That there are many friends of mine. Friend means that colleagues, teacher friends. So they are finding it so difficult to get any placement. We are actually unaware of the portals or maybe the agencies through which they can get, because schools have removed the teachers 2/3 and only 1/3 teachers are enough to run the school online. So those 2/3 teachers, some of them are really worried, especially the teachers from the budget schools or the small schools. If you have any idea or any friend of yours has some idea about this, so they can guide them towards that.
Dr. Helma, I will answer you in two parts.
Yes.
First part is, I'll try to send you some portals in about next 10 days time. I'll try to send you plenty of them. Okay.
Thank you very much.
I should be able to send you about 500 odd HR people address mail IDs where you can apply. No, I'm not saying there will be job available to you, but you can make effort. There are venue available where you can put your CV. Okay, that's one part. Second part is, in the next talk, whenever convenient to you, give me about 20 minutes. I'll talk on this subject. How can you sell yourself?
Okay.
Basically, ultimately, it come down to why should somebody buy you when there are so many products in the market?
Sure.
And especially when there are so many products which are already produced but they're lying redundant. So why should somebody buy your product? Why should the question is of choices? Ultimately, it boils down to demand and supply. When the demand is shrinking every day, supply is, I won't say constant, supply is increasing because the new teachers are adding to the figure.
Yes.
Old were already there. So whenever convenient, give me about 3 days more. After 3 days, we can speak. We keep speaking regularly. So about 20-25 minutes or talk on how to sell yourself. When I say sell yourself, I'll sell how to invite more people to pick you up, to enhance your chances of being picked up.
Thank you very much.
That's my promise.
In fact, we have one more platform, like this is Jahaniman, but we have one that is called GEG, GEG. That is Global Entrepreneurial Guild. So in that platform, we always advise the people how to start their own businesses, and we invite the sponsors also. We invite the startups for the pitching. I request you if you can come on that platform so that you can give the tips how to sell yourself. So there will be people who are with this intention only over there, that how they have to sell themselves and their products.
Sure.
Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you. Now, Madam Saima.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you facing, do you have any challenge or any questions?
Yes, ma'am. First, I would like to thank sir for motivating us. Sir, you are right. Online teaching during this difficult time of COVID-19 is a huge challenge. Teachers have to handle course load online as well as be present for their families at home. Sir, my question is, in some of the areas, parents are not aware. They are not accepting online classes. So what can we do? How can we motivate them?
Okay.
Saima, it's a very, you asked me a very, very important question. And this has been the
Yes, sir.
major issue with between the schools as well as the parents. I did mention about it during my talk when I said parents, they refuse to pay the minimum fee. They say since our boards are not attending any school, so why should we pay? They fail to understand how much effort, how much technology, how much time goes into teaching to student online by the teacher. It's a colossal effort, let me tell you. Now, when it comes to how to make them, it's not a question of motivation. There's no motivation required. You have to make them understand.
Yes,
The
sir.
first step, probably school can make it a point that they hold parent-teacher meet. It may not be held in one day because of the protocol, but you can hold on 3 different days. Say with about 50 odd parents coming every day, and there one can explain to them the difference between the student who have been very attentive. Like for example, I'll give you example. Certain private public school who are good school, in fact, good branded school. I had a talk with the DPS secretary for Gurgaon 2 days back. Okay. No,
Yes,
I was astonished to see class 7, 6 student asking me such question about love for your country, how people lay their life, and what's the process to make a good career. 8th class, 7th class student. So what I'm trying to say, we have two, three different sets of parents. One is elite parent, they understand on this is the best given the situation, online the best option. There is another set of parents, they say, ठीक है, part time online is okay. It's a school are doing. We'll pay some fee. We may not pay fee. A third is who are not willing to either listen, learn, or they are not ready to pay any fee.
exactly.
They are not ready to, in fact, to pay attention or ask their children to sit, attend, and listen to what the teacher said. These
Yes.
are 3 different sets of parents. So first step you can do is hold parent-teachers meeting more frequently. There you can show the results. I don't know, there have been no exam in certain cases, but the student who are very attentive, who have been doing very well, their results will show the difference. That is second thing. The third thing is call children. Call children, explain to them also, and then have 1 or 2 sessions of online. But it should be realistic online, and not that you take a click of a lesson from notebooks, share with the parents like questionnaire, and their reply come in the same fashion. That no online. And the next thing which you can do is that isolate the children who have done well in the teacher's view, who were more attentive online and who were less attentive online. Next, one step is please take the pain of explaining to parents, sending Hindi, Urdu, or English written note that teachers are on the job, they continue to be on the job. It will make some difference. You would understand, you would support. We have no salary. Still, we are sticking, we are spending our time, we are sacrificing the time of the parents. Yeah. I won't like to say much that government should take care of it, because enough, I know NISA and other organizations, they made enough efforts, tireless effort to seek government support, but government had in no way have come to the rescue of the private schools. So these are the challenges, but these few steps you can take. Bottom line is make the parents aware about the value of online and explain them.
Okay.
This is perhaps going to be the order of the day for next 3-4 years. I wish it's not, but it looks to me.
Thank you very
Asma,
much, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank
you
you, sir.
understood? I hope you understood.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Now we come to the end of today's show. Let me make some announcements. We have international webinar on 6th September. I have shared the link. If you are interested to join as a speaker or as listener, you all can fill the form. And secondly, we are going to have international innovative GRU award. So if you are interested in getting this award, we will be sharing the details of this on our channel. So kindly apply for that. There will be juries, and the juries are going to decide who is the most innovative teacher. For that, you have to just write your brief lesson plan of your lesson that you think is innovative lesson, and then we are going to send to the jury so that they can decide that whether you are innovative or not, and I'm sure that you are innovative. So keep applying in all the competitions and the presentations and seminars of Jahaneman, and don't forget to attend on every Monday. Jahaneman makes endeavors on every Monday to motivate the teachers. Now teachers, it's up to you how you are going to be benefited by our programs on every Monday. Thank you very much, Colonel Shiv Chaudhary ji. Thank you very much. It was
Thank you, ma'am. Thank
nice
you.
talk,
You made
very
this.
beneficial. And
Yeah.
the way you
Okay.
were explaining that your style was so soothing, it was so cool. And thank you, Jahaneman is grateful to you.
Thank you,
And-
ma'am. Most welcome.
And thank you, my dear teachers who are inside the Zoom. And thank you, all the teachers who are outside the Zoom and watching live. Thank you very much. May God bless you always. And keep smiling, be cheerful, and always spread happiness. This is your responsibility. And I know as a teacher that we always find happiness in the happiness of others. So may Almighty bless you. Take care and bye-bye.